You have got to be kidding me, Faith said. You were supposed to make 6 dozen cupcakes. Do you know how much I still have to do before— Her sister's laugh cut her off mid-sentence. Faith sighed when she realized Jana had been joking about not making the cupcakes. That's not funny, Jana. You're such a dweeb. How could I possibly forget to make 6 dozen cupcakes when you've reminded me every single day for the past 2 weeks? I don't know. But I have to go. Wait, have you told Craig the news? No. Why not? He's been busy with work. And, bills stacking up. New tires for the car, busted water heater last month. I haven't found the right time to tell him about baby number 3. He'll be thrilled. Don't wait too long, okay? Don't worry, I won't. Faith disconnected the call and was about to head off for the store when she remembered the grocery list hanging on the refrigerator. She left her purse in the car and climbed out. Weaving around toys and bikes, she headed through the garage door into the kitchen, where it looked as if a tornado had swept through the house. Kitchen drawers had been left open, papers and broken dishes were scattered across the floor. Her heart raced. What is going on? Just as she was about to call out her husband's name, she stepped into the family room and saw Craig on the floor, bound and gagged. A man she didn't recognize hovered over him. The scene before her made no sense. Her heart pounded in her chest, making it difficult to breathe as her gaze darted around the room, and then she spotted them. Lara and Hudson sat together on the couch. Their hands had been duct-taped behind their backs, more duct tape covered their mouths. Another man stood close by, watching over them. Time stopped as she tried to figure out what to do. Craig always said they should buy a gun, but she didn't want to keep one in the house. Eyes wide, she looked at the knife drawer. Grab a knife? Or run and alert the neighbors? The 2 men exchanged a glance. Their eyes said it all. She turned and ran. If she could get inside the car and lock the doors, she could honk the horn or drive the car right through the wall and into the house if she had to. That might get one of the neighbors' attention. She flew through the back door leading to the garage and screamed at the top of her lungs before someone grabbed her from behind, twisted her around, and brought her face up close to his. Where is it? I don't know what you're talking about, she said as she struggled to get free. He sneered. His eyes were bloodshot, filled with desperation. He smelled of stale tobacco. Strong arms held her in place. She thought of every show she'd ever seen on getting away from an assailant, but fighting him was useless. Let us go, she cried. He shook her hard enough to make her teeth rattle. You have 5 seconds to tell me where it is. This time when she screamed, she dug her heel into his foot and tried to twist out of his grasp. He slammed her to the ground. Her head hit the cement floor, and her world turned black. When Faith opened her eyes, it took her a few seconds to realize she'd been dragged back into the house. She was on her side, facing her husband. She'd been restrained. Duct tape covered her mouth. Ankles bound, hands taped behind her back. She tried to look over her shoulder to see the kids. It was no use. Craig stared at her, his expression intense. He looked relieved to see her conscious. Please don't let them harm my children. Oh, God. No. She felt the vibration of heavy footfalls against the wood flooring. She tried to lift her head as a 3rd man entered the room from down the hall. There's nothing here, he said. Kill them both, make it quick. What about the kids? Someone asked. Bring them. She squirmed, tried to scream and wriggle free. My babies, don't you dare touch my babies! The man who had been hovering over Craig, the one with the closely shaved head, leaned forward. Her gaze fell on the marking tattooed on his neck, a symbol of some sort. Her head ached, her brain felt fuzzy, and then she saw the knife in the man's hand. A hunter's knife, sharp, serrated, deadly. Craig's gaze remained on hers, his eyes telling her he loved her. She knew the look. She'd seen it 100 times before. No.